What's going on, everyone? Taylor here. It has been a minute. Man, I've been slacking. Anyways, get you guys up to date a little bit. I am currently walking through our new shop. I haven't been posting because we have been mad busy trying to get set up. So we got into a location, got set up in that location, did a ton of work to that location, got up and going, everything was good, and then we had some major issues. So we have bum rushed to current right now to get to this spot that we were looking at. So we can take a look here. We have picked up a very nice spot at a very good location. We got a killer burger place right across the street, Galaxy Burger. It's great. So we're still in Killeen, 103 West Veterans Memorial. Man, this place, it definitely beats the last shop. I don't think I have any footage of the last one. We're still getting moved in. We're almost there. Anyways, I don't think I have any footage on the last building. I may have very minimal, but if I do, I'll throw a little bit clip in right there of what it looks like and let you guys see the comparison. So we've been very busy trying to get everything set up, so I have slacked terribly on videos. But good news, we found ourselves a nice home. So signed a 2-year contract on this one. We're gonna be here a minute. Anyway, y'all, I've wasted enough time. If you're still with me here, let's get back to the Supra. This is a customer Supra, and for a full makeover. We are doing the same color, just more lively on it. Fixing all of these molding issues they had a kit molded on. So we have all of that to fix through the door jams. Youch. Oof. So we got the work cut out for us there. Beautiful car, beautiful, beautiful car. It is a Target top, so this one will get fully blown apart. Give y'all a little sneak peek of what we got going under here. Big old baby. Just needs an intercooler. Wah, wah, wah. But this one will be on the streets here soon. It's gonna be awesome. We are loving what we got going on in the shop. So let me get to it. I'm just gonna really kind of DA this one. This is kind of how the car came to us. We've got it in this state, so we haven't done really any work to it. We've got the kit up, hanging up over here, right up over there. Back bumper, all that good stuff. The front bumper for it's actually right over here. But man, this car just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it? Monster brake setup. Now, if only we got to play with this one. We only get to paint it. But as I was saying, the last customer, or the last painter, I should say, took advantage of this customer. Those are all 80 gritters. I don't know what he was doing with it, but just tore up the paint, didn't get into the door. Yeah, so we got to go through. He got this whole side, this whole door, this corridor, or fender, excuse me, and the hood. So it's on the chopping block. Let's get to it. Alright, so I don't know how well y'all can see that, but if you can see that popping around the edges, that's bad adhesion. We got it over here as well. So that's why I'm taking those spots down to bare metal. I want to make sure to get good, proper adhesion on this thing. If you see here, I'm taking them down. These are all either scratches, dings, improper adhesion somewhere where it was lifting, just somewhere I wasn't happy. I'm just going around getting all the spots. This is the difference between the two grits. Those are 80 grit scratches. Those are 320 grit scratches. Significant difference. So I'm gonna keep plucking away on this thing. It's pretty warm, got the compressor on, it's loud. So I'm just gonna bust it out. All right, making pretty good progress on it. Taped everything up. Getting ready to pull this bad boy spoiler off. We gotta pull it from back here. We gotta pull this panel, remove a few bolts. So yeah, I'm gonna tear it off here. Oh yeah. It's got the parachute. This one means serious business, ladies and gents. Jax with Jax Lair. Make sure to check him out. Wait till you see these taillights. They are sweet. Man, doesn't this car just put a smile on your face? I said that about the Hondas, like Johnny Trans over there. But this Supra, woo! Yeah, I'm so happy, I don't even know where I'm going, guys. It's been a minute, man. I don't know what happened. I just got out of my groove, got busy, was like, man, I don't got time for videos, but that's a lie. I'm down here, it's, you know, 11 o'clock, whatever time it is, 11 o'clock, and I got time. I got time to make these videos again, so I'm gonna go ahead and make them. So now that that panel's off, as you guys see, we got just a bolt right there, a bolt right there, and that appears to be it. So, boom, boom, knock those out, and we'll pop the spoiler off. So I told y'all I was gonna be working on the Supra, but Baines showed up and was dying to replace the axles in the wagon, in the 8th gen. Got the wagon on my mind because I got to pull the shift linkage out of it and get it to a homeboy so we can get his hatch back on the road. So that's why that was all that. But anyways, 8th gen needs axles since Baines decided to lower the bejesus out of it. And yeah, so due for axles. And I'm gonna be working on the Supra. I'm all mashed up and got the headphones and ready to go conquer and divide that. But y'all will be seeing Baines on the channel quite often. Yes, sir. He chills around the shop. He's got a Jetta that everybody knows it. You can't miss it. But Baines will be around. We're actually gonna do some work to his Jetta. If he keeps it around, he might be switching platforms. We're not sure. But yeah, I did a little more grinding on this son of a gun. And biscuits, it's bad. But we got mud here and yellow mud up here, so 2 different muds within this area and then more mud back here. So I'm just stripping this whole side along with the whole car. Started out simple, just getting deeper. All right, y'all, check it out. It's purple. There's purple mud, green mud, and yellow mud all in this area. I have never seen anything purple before, but we're making headway, getting this door knocked out. Let's get back to it. Finally, the Supra is stripped. All sides. I gotta do a little touch up on this door, little touch up on this fender. But overall, Supra is stripped. So the reason we had to strip it was due to the paint that was on it. We had no idea what they had used, how many layers, chemical reactions, things of that nature. We wanted to start with a fresh, nice new canvas for us to lay our materials on. We're gonna skim coat these doors, block them, prime it, block it, prime it again, seal it, basic clear it. So I'll keep you guys updated along the process. When I mean skim it, what we're gonna do is take and put a thin layer of Bondo on all the mud, or on all the metal, excuse me, and then we're going to block it out with the big blocks, like this one here. We'll use it to block it out and get it straight. And that's how we'll be able to tell where we're at. And then we'll put our primer We'll block our primer. Once it's blocked, we'll know the car is straight, good materials underneath it, ready for our base coat. So that's kind of where I'm going to be stopping on that for this evening. Like I said, I'm going to pick this back up when we're putting Bondo on it. Hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Let's get some mud on this car. Alright everyone, so we got them fenders, quarters, all stripped down. Now we have Gary here putting a skim coat over the whole car. He's starting with this fender, he'll end up doing this door, this quarter panel as well. We'll blend it into the tops, but this whole side of the car as well will all get skim coated. What skim coating does is gives us a level playing field to work with. Once we get it there, we can block sand all of that out, and that'll give us our highs and lows of the actual metal that we're working with. So once he gets this all skimmed, we'll let it dry, then I'll show you guys the blocking process. As you guys can see, he's feathering all of his edges when he's laying his mud, and that's so it makes it easier to come back and block it. If we had high edges everywhere, we would never get it leveled out if we're working on in a painted area. On bare metal, it's the same concept, but not quite the same as if we had a bunch of layers that we were trying to make sure we had leveled out. And we're back. So, I know none of y'all want to watch mud dry, so I skipped that part, and I skipped some of the blocking, majority of the blocking, because it's really loud and annoying and nobody wants to watch that either. My backside's not enjoyable to look at. So this is kind of where we're at. This side's about 3/4 of the way where we want it. This is kind of the overall idea of what we're looking for here. We want some metal, some non-metal. You feel this door, if y'all could, feel it with me. It's smooth up here. We're about right where we want to be. We're going to be laying primer on this here before long. So any little imperfection like this, that's a low spot yet. Right in there, so that'll be addressed yet. We're fading it into the tops here, so that's all fading really nicely. If you come around to this side, I have just used the big air block here. Man, this thing is a old trusty, but it works. So I knocked it down to here with it. I didn't want to go too far with it because it's not really true. It'll get it down, knock down all your high spots, but it's not truly straight. I mean, I'm sure it's truly straight, but we're gonna want to be using something like this. A nice big block that'll work our whole surface area. This one's a little big for there, but this door, it'll work perfectly. So we will be blocking at a cross stitch on this door. It'll work good for this fender. This fender is nice and big. So we'll take the block to it in a cross stitch pattern. If you block this way the whole time, it'll leave cutting scratches in one direction, and then when you go to fill them with primer, your primer really doesn't want to fill into those. Where if you cross scratch it, it's a better area for your primers to dig into and melt into and adhere to. This putty we're using here, it's a Max Light. This is not a filler putty by no means. It is meant to be put on bare metals. It says right here, lightweight body filler. And if we come around, it says right here, excellent adhesion to galvanized. So galvanized steel, and it adheres really well to it. So we're just wanting a real thin coat of this over the whole entire car. We're not going to worry about the hood because the customer is going to be replacing it. And we're not going to be worrying about the lift gate due to the fact that there's really not a whole lot of mud on the lift gate. We don't know why they packed the car full of mud. But they did not pack the lift gate full of mud, so we got lucky there. And yeah, I'm not gonna waste any of your guys' time on this film. It's gonna be kind of a long one, but you guys get a really good idea of the do's and don'ts behind bodywork. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. this car has been a long process. I mean, it's now midnight again or whatever time it is. I've been working non-stop on this thing to get it done, get it back to the customer, and get it done the right way. Like I said earlier in the video, this car came in for just a basic paint job. Real simple, 600 grit, make sure it was straight, prime it, seal it, paint it. And then it turned into this nightmare. So it will get a full detail when it's done for all you guys worried about how this interior is looking. I know it's filthy, but at the end of this video, you will see it'll be spotless. We're pulling the carpets, we're cleaning them, we're doing just a full clean on this car. So I'm gonna get back to blocking this stuff out and enjoy. I don't know where to put it so you guys can watch. Alright, so it might look a little different here. Got a little crazy on the blocking and went ahead, got it all knocked out, and laid our last skim coat. So as you can see, the whole entire car was done in this here. This is just a nice finishing putty. So we laid a nice skim coat over the whole entire area of where we had bare metal, where we've worked, where we're blending into our upper arches here. So now I get to block it one more time. And as you guys can see, it was busy today. We rearranged, got a little more room, made a little more headway on the Mustang, and we blew apart the S2000. I will post up a video of the S2000 by itself. This one's going Corvette orange and has a whole bunch of other goodies that we're getting done to it as well. It's got some really sweet Brom, or however you say it, seats. You'll see that in the video. So this one's to come. Back to the Supra. I'm gonna block this thing out. Probably not gonna film much of it. Like I said, this video is already gonna be long as enough, and let's get to it. I'll probably lose my shirt here before long, just to give you guys a heads up. Alright, so you guys get the idea. That's 2 minutes worth. That's 2 minutes worth of sanding just in this area to kind of smooth it out some. I don't know if you guys can tell, there's a lot of like texture in it here, but it's pretty smooth here. I'm gonna do the whole car and then I'll catch up with y'all. Quick little update. We got James jamming it. Got the old man tidying up a little bit over here. But we are blocked straight. Got all our jams cleaned up inside, around the hood. Look at all this flaking from the last people we gotta clean up yet. But found some dents. Getting the S2 all sanded. Overall, this car is really straight. Got some low spots to take care of, but overall, productive day at the shop. We'll have this one in primer here just shortly. Getting all the jams cleaned. Got these straightened up here. They were bent. Everything's looking good. We dug all the material out of the bottoms here, so we'll have to come back and put some mud there, but we will do that after we prime it. Got all our inner wheel wells cleaned up. Getting everything just kind of finalized, ready for some primer on this thing. Got to clean just a little bit out here yet, but we're overall about ready for primer. All right, it's gonna be a little noisy. We got it over into the booth. This thing is completely blocked. We're super happy with it. We got all of our edges everywhere. This thing is silky smooth. So everywhere that we had extra mud, we got it knocked down. We got all our jams taped, all the top of the car taped. Baines is getting it wiped down. We're gonna get some primer on it. Once primer's on it, we'll have to block our primer. So I spent like 6 hours blocking this thing. We spent like 4 hours today blocking it. And then I'll spend another 10 hours blocking all our primer. But once it's blocked, it will be ready for stage number 2 of primer. So we'll prime it again, block it again, paint it. So I'll throw in a little clip of us throwing some primer on it. Nothing too enjoyable there, but let's get to it. Check it out, y'all. It's the Sata's Fresh Air. So we got our line coming in to a filtration system with fresh air up to the helmet. So now he'll be breathing fresh air the whole time versus wearing a big old mask and having all the chemicals in the filters. This pumps fresh air through his system the whole time, so he just gets nice, good old air. We're gonna let him get to it here. So it's set in primer, and man, it's feeling really nice. We got Gary on the other side blocking it out. I'm gonna get ready to block some of the smaller spots with this 11-inch block here. But man, it's looking really good. We're really happy with how it's feeling. We've got our guide coat on it. So I'm gonna knock this side out. It's a little loud, so I'm not gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right to it. So as y'all can see, there's kind of a black ring right here. That would be maybe a low spot. So I'll grab a smaller block, I'll work it, see if it dissipates. If not, we'll refill it, block it again, throw some primer on it, and make sure it's smooth. Other than that, you can see here, we're getting really smooth. And over here, we still have the black guide coat. So it's all guide coat, and here we don't. So that means we're getting this all leveled out and smoothed out. So, back to it. And we're back. This girl is now blocked on this side completely. And this side. We have just a little bit of mud poking through. So as you see, we've got our blocks. We've got all sorts of blocks here. All sorts of shapes, sizes, designs. Those blocks there. And what we're looking at. So, it's blocked. So we blocked our first skim coat. We blocked our second skim coat of mud. Now we have skimmed our, we have now primed it and blocked our first prime. So with that, whew, man, this thing, I'm just staring at it going, oh my goodness. Anyways, because now I have to block it again. We have probably total about 30 hours into blocking this car. No lie, 30 hours. This is the result. This car is straight. So what we're seeing here is a little bit of a low. We're high around it, we're a little low here yet. So we gotta work that area. This doesn't necessarily mean a high spot, it just means that we're leveled out there. This here would technically have been a high spot, but we worked it back to make it level with the rest of the panel. Everywhere else you see, right here, this is a low spot, but we haven't really worked around these door handles a whole lot. So we need to address those. What this is doing is letting us know where our imperfections are and where we need to work them yet. If you look here, where are we at? This is actually pretty smooth there. This fender's pretty dang good. We have these little spots here. They are filled, but we're gonna give them just a little skim coat, block that out to make sure that's completely filled. I haven't done the hood yet. I'm going to skim coat my imperfections and then start blocking the hood. Right here, that's filled, but we're gonna go ahead and give that another skim coat, block it back to make sure that that valley is true. Those are about our only ones on the car. So with that being said, I'm gonna lay a mud on those few spots, block them, prime this thing one more time. After it's primed this time, we'll block it one more time, and then it will be ready for its base coat. Let's get to it.
Spraying some of this car here. Alright, so 15 minutes later, this side's got some primer on it. Let's get the rest. Alright, so we're still trucking on this Supra, and you guys won't believe who came in. It's that guy, it's Matt. Matt's back. Matt's gonna be hanging out a little more often. He's down helping me on the Supra. I skipped some stages. So we blew apart the car, got a hood stand made up. Look at this nice contraption here. We got a strut. Yeah, but it's holding the hood up. And then we've got a door stand over here. I just got it out of our way so I can still bag the car. But we blew the door off so we could fix this little spot down here, jam it, all that fun stuff. So Supra's about apart. I don't know if I'm gonna remove it or not. We may, but we're taped up. Matt and I are gonna lay some plastic on it. It's in the booth. All parts are prepped. Mirrors are prepped, cap, handles, spoiler pieces, everything's prepped. So we gotta figure out how to get those on a stand, clean it all up, get it ready for